A small car that is hard to control, and yes, that is the game's full title, is a driving simulation where you navigate this horrible car through a bunch of different mazes floating up in the sky. Now, the game's title suggests that the car is hard to control, but to say this car is hard to control is like saying Mystery Science Theater 3000 is kind of a funny show. This car is the hardest thing to control ever. It's just constantly shaking and jerking left to right. Every little turn makes the car just spin out of control like a maniac. And of course, the second you spin out of control, you fall to your death. To pass these levels, you just kind of pitter-patter forward, just slowly crawling. I mean, really, this could easily be a walking simulator by how slow you have to drive sometimes to get through the really hard parts of the game, like really narrow roads or bridges or hell, 90% of the game. The thing is, you can't always be crawling. Sometimes your car has to make jumps, and you have to be going really, really fast. And when you're going really, really fast, the car becomes 10 times harder to control, i.e. impossible to control. And the car is shaking. I mean, seriously, it's like tiny little micro explosions are going off in the car every second. The car is volatile. It's filled with some kind of explosive nitrogen. This kind of weird shaking makes the car hard to control, and it's kind of an eyesore in third person. But in first person, it makes the driving impossible! In first person, it feels like you're driving through the most powerful earthquake of all time. It's like you're driving on a flat staircase. It's impossible! The thing is, this game isn't all bad. In fact, it has some charming qualities. For example, the graphics have this late 90s PS1 charm to them. And the music also has kind of a late 80s NES charm. Combined together, you can feel downright nostalgic for really great old games when playing this game. The problem with the game is not the graphics, albeit they are bad, but still, they're cool. The problem with the game is the goddamn controls. And look, I understand that a game of this type needs to have a lot of challenge. But the game isn't challenging because of how hard the obstacles are. The game is challenging because of how hard the obstacles are and how awful the car controls. How badly the car is programmed. And let's play devil's avocado here. The argument against my points would be, well, Stan, the game was programmed bad on purpose. The car controls bad on purpose to make it artificially harder. And to that I say, and it's like if the movie Geely was made bad on purpose. So what? It's still bad! This could have been a puzzle driving simulator where the car is actually responsive. Would that make the game worse? Of course not! It would make the gameplay a lot more fun! Also, the game has square cows. It's like a cow had sex with a refrigerator. Also, it needs to be noted that the game has somewhat of a frame rate issue. Much like the graphics and the gameplay, the frame rate is unstable. The thing is, I don't know if it's unstable because that's just the way the game is, or because it's the way the game interacts with my recording software. But either way, I'm sure the frame problems were put into the game on purpose to make it harder, right? So my final verdict for a small car? Well, here's the thing. For a puzzle game, it's actually not bad because it has a lot of challenge. I mean, you're going to be replaying the same level over and over because your car is constantly falling off the road or tipping over or jerking off the road or just spazzing left and right, making some levels almost impossible to pass. And that's what you want in a really hard and challenging puzzle game, even if it's hard and challenging because of bad controls. As a racing game, as a driving game, as a car simulation, it's ungodly. It shouldn't be. It's just bad. As just a straight-up driving simulator, it is unholy. I need a priest to come over after playing this game so he can exorcise the demons from my computer. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.